Hello, everyone. I'm Aditi, and we are back with a new episode of We Are the Architects. Today, we'll be talking on a very important topic in the life of every architect, that's Council of Architecture. And for that, we have architect Arun Lakhanpal with us to talk on it. Good
Hello, hello.
afternoon. Thank you
Good
so
afternoon.
much for accepting our invitation and giving your valuable time. And it's a very important topic we're going to talk today. That's Council of Architecture. And having you for this is immense of happiness in me. So thank you so much. And let's start with our talk, which is on Council of Architecture, COA. So I would like to know in the very beginning, what is COA and why COA was formed?
Okay. Thank you for inviting me, Aditi. It's my pleasure to do this. Let's not waste time. I'll straight away go to the main issue is what is COA? COA is Council of Architecture, right? It was formed and the main architect is not in the building sense, otherwise to bring it to make it a law in the Parliament Act was architect Pillu Modi, who was an MP. He was an MP. Very rare to find an architect becoming an MP, Member of
Right.
Parliament.
So true.
So it was his efforts that he put forward this Council of Architecture concept, and it became a Parliament Act in 1972.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. The basic idea, first and foremost, is why it was formed. Right, very pertinent thing to be asked. What was the objective? What was the vision when it was created? Right. Okay. I think over the period of time, I think there was an oversight by Mr. Modi or by the successive presidents who became the presidents of Council of Architecture. They didn't really go into the depths of what it was created for, what will have the repercussions in future. Right. Objective of vision was we have to protect the architectural profession, overall architecture profession, that the architects are respected, they are paid well, very important. They are respected in the society and they are paid well. I'm sorry to say this is not happening. You also realize it. See, okay. There are certain guidelines and certain fee structures, ethics, how to do practice, how much you should be paid. Everything is stated in that act. But because of certain lacunas, legal lacunas, the people have exploited it. Like it was created in 1970, 53 years practically that this Council of Architecture was created. All right. There is a parallel organization which you are aware of, Indian Institute of Architects. It is still existing and still persisting. See, either they should have been COA or IAA should have been merged with it. There should be one single body which should go on. Now there is a clash of interest also, right? Okay. The main issue comes when we go through the Council of Architecture fee structures. In actual practice, nothing happens. So there is a dilemma here. We expect when you become young architects, they expect, yaar, hamare ko itni feel milegi. But practically it doesn't happen. Practically it is not happening at all. Okay. Another thing is, according to me, with my practically of 50 years experience in practice, the COA is, it's not even a paper tiger. It's not even a paper tiger, right? I'll give you a few examples. In the act, it is written that nobody can ask architects for quotations. All government organizations, everywhere, all government departments do tendering for architecture consultancy.
True.
What COA has done nothing about it. It was their duty to make all the government agencies or corporations or government institutes or various departments, they should be aware that no, as per Councils of Architecture Act, you cannot do this. Still is happening. Even today it's happening. See, we architects themselves also has to retrospect in the sense that somewhere we are also at fault. We are not very cohesive. If you just look at the Bar Council, it is not a legal body. Parliament Act. Same is medical profession, engineering professions, nothing. It's the only professional body which is legalized by the Parliament Act. But still, we are nowhere. People quote an option and they get the projects. Tendering is actually banned. It's a kind of a tendering that you give the lowest quote and you will get the project. It's banned in act. But what council has done about it? Has it taken the architects to the task? You won't imagine the amount of fees which are being quoted in the market. It's laughable. So council should be very proactive. Another thing which I would like to say is that architects, we ourselves are to be blamed also. अगर हम इकट्ठे हो जाएं तो you will get good projects and good fee and you will do justice to the projects also.
I agree.
In the race what we do कि 10 project के लिए थोड़ी थोड़ी fees लेके and you make a hash of all the projects. If you get good amount, you will be concentrating on that project. That is one part. Okay, I have certain other these things. फ्रेगमेंटेड तो है ही हमारी फेटर्निटी, ठीक है ना.
हाँ जी.
अभी आई वेल द पीपल आर डूइंग देयर ओन ऑर्गेनाइजेशन, दे हैव देयर ओन अल्टीरियर मोटिव्स. अच्छा, इन द प्रोसेस व्हाट इज हैपनिंग इज we are losing respect in this society. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling you
It's
the facts. Some people
it's a
might like it, some may not.
common thing which
This is
most of
this
the
is a
architects
common practice, which
must have
is it
heard.
is not a good thing to do that. अच्छा, another thing is as per act, अगर आपने कोई competition करना, then they have to get it through the Council of Architecture, which is never done. Oh, what happens is there is an ad in the newspaper
हाँ जी.
that this is the project and we will shortlist the architects. Listed architects supposed to do the presentation to the committee. In that committee, there is no member of Council of Architecture. उसमें bureaucrats होते हैं और sorry to say, engineers are ruling the roost. So that is our weakness also, na, as a fraternity. One should also, architects should, there should be, some forum where it should be, raised. Let's get together and do something about the fraternity. Because future में तो बहुत problem हो जाएगी. Another thing is, I don't know how far it is true. It's a hearsay or maybe it is true that supposing I don't write, I design something.
Right.
I'm not an architect. Okay, I just write designed by. I cannot be hauled. The council. तो council की अब we are concerned कि जो architect लिख सकते हैं बस उन्हीं के ऊपर. Supposing I am not an architect and this is designed by me. So fine. Council has no say over me. As per the vision and the जो वो चाहते थे objective, Mr. Modi, Pillu Modi and their successors, that has diluted. It is not there at all. Another thing is tendering हो गया, cohesiveness नहीं है, fragmented हमारी fraternity है. Okay, another example is supposing I submit a plan to a municipal corporation. You know what they say? You are not registered with us.
Yeah, this I've heard. Like you have to get registered with.
As per act, as an architect, if I am a member of Council of Architecture, I can submit my signature and council number. I can submit plans in anywhere in India to any municipal corporation or any organization without getting myself registered.
But they
They
ask
don't accept
architects. But they ask architects to get themselves registered in that particular
that.
council.
It is not supposed to be like that. It is banned.
But it should be then controlled by COA. That if I have
So
given
that
a
is
number,
precisely my point. Is architecture is a paper tiger only.
see, what I know, we are paying fees. We get a number. Ki this is
Yes.
my number. You can know my detail. You can know my progress, my any if there is an
Yes.
issue
Yes.
on COA paper on their
Yes.
website. If that government organization is giving me some power to design and my legal number, then I think the corporations should accept is as it is and should not be like, okay, आप अब हरियाणा में register हो जाओ, अब आप महाराष्ट्र में register हो
Yes,
जाओ.
precisely. That is my
if
point.
if someone is an army's wife, for example, she'll be traveling here and there, but she might not
Yes,
want to lose her business and she's doing architectural project. So somehow
yes,
she'll be in just running and यहाँ पे register करा लो, यहाँ register करा लो. So yes,
yes.
their point is
You
very right.
if they're charging you 10,000, if you get yourself registered in 100 places, तो आपको 10 lakh तो
We have done that.
yes,
The
yes,
architectural for 5 years is not less than 10,
yes,
12 lakhs.
yes,
More than that. And even in some
yes,
institutes, it's going 20, 25 lakhs for 5 years.
yes,
And after
yes,
that, you are getting 15,000, 20,000 for a
yes,
month, and you are just
yes,
over exploited.
yeah.
So
Why?
I don't know why. What there should be a
Also,
scale, proper
because I
scale.
tell you why. हिंदी में कहते हैं ना, जोर किस पे चलता है? कौन सा आर्किटेक्ट का जोर जो है वो सिर्फ इंस्टीट्यूशन पे चलता है, बाकी गवर्नमेंट को दे शुड हैव रिटन कि ये दिस इज द लीगल बॉडी enacted by parliament act, your project should be done like this and this is the fee structure. We did one project and we sent them the council of architecture कि ये हमारे कहते जी भाग जाओ यहाँ से.
अब हमारी फी स्ट्रक्चर्स हैवी होती हैं, राइट? ट्राइंग टू ब्रिंग इट इन फ्रंट दैट अब हम हमारी फी स्ट्रक्चर हैवी होता है. हम बाहर काम लेते हैं जब छोटे छोटे प्रोजेक्ट्स वी टेक, दे आर नॉट दैट बिग, you don't get heavy amount. When we go in teaching, council has given a particular scale, like this is for assistant, this is for associate, this is for professor. So why
Yep,
not a scale for a practicing architect? Like
it is
if
given.
then why people are not following? And if not following,
They-
why the council is not taking act?
because that's why I'm saying calling the CO is ineffective in in every aspect.
I think it's getting
It's
exploited. If the CEO is lenient, people are just having
no,
fun.
but the problem is supposing I say कि I complain it to them. How would they, you would know कि इसने इतनी फीस ली है नहीं कि नहीं ली है.
True.
If there is a proper contract system is there in council of architecture, in the performer, there's a form that you have to sign with your client,
Okay.
right? If you properly sign and ask for that fee, he will not give you the price. Just get out.
Because it will go
I'll get
way
it.
beyond the
I will
budget.
get it from someone else who is charging so much.
I'll
So
get it
that
from
is
the
the issue. That's
contractor.
what I'm saying.
हाँ,
That's what I'm
ठेकेदार.
saying is we are not cohesive.
Okay.
We have to introspect. ये तो हमारी weakness है ना, which is being exploited by the department, by the public, and we are taken for a ride. All of us. We also face this. But I'm worried about the future generations. See,
Because looking
another
at
problem is in India is that you are a fresh graduate
yeah, right.
and you apply and you become the member of COA, right? I think in America and other countries it doesn't happen like that. Once you graduate or postgraduate, then you have to work in a private organization or a practicing architect for a certain period.
Okay.
Then you have to give an exam, just go with a professional practice. If you clear that, then you become a registered architect. Then what happens is, then he is paid according to their institute.
Scale and everything.
Yes.
Okay.
In America, they have their own AIA, American Institute of Architects. Then the fee structure is to be followed. And they are paid accordingly once you become a registered. Another thing is, in our profession is that now it has little started recently. Earlier, what used to be happen ki like we have 30 years experience and we have done this project of this scale, right? A fresh guy with 3 years experience also used to compete with us.
Yes.
That's another issue. Now it has changed. The government has started, if you have not done this scale project of this magnitude, then you are not shortlisted. But that is again tendering, which is banned in COA. But people are doing it. All government departments are doing it. All corporations are doing it. So in actual fact, COA has become irrelevant, according to me.
Okay.
It has no relevance. Either they should be active and I don't know how it is going to be done. Like legally, I think there is some lacunas in our act which has been exploited by the lawyers. The people who have hired lawyers, ki no ji, if I write designed by, then I cannot be hauled up.
Okay. Right.
Otherwise, all the buildings and all these things, see, interiors you cannot do that. But buildings have to be designed by registered architects, which is
Okay.
not happening. You just write. Recently, one of my friends said, ki, you have not paid your fee to the council. Otherwise, the need of it. I will not write architect. I will write designed by.
Designed by just
That's
name.
that's the end of the story.
Just by for writing architect AR, we have to pay that fees.
Yeah. But वो fees कोई दे, nobody is paying that fees because the reason is इन द मार्केट वो इतना खराब हो गया सिस्टम, एक्सपोज हो चुके हैं हम लोग। और वो पीपल नहीं जी आप तो इतने मांग रहे हो तो इतने में बना के दे देता है।
ये बहुत
तो
है।
दिस इज व्हाट इज हैपनिंग। सी इट वुड बी लाइक everyone gets, all the architects will be busy and they'll get good money also if you follow the council norms. In both, in that scenario, you have to do less project but good work and you will get paid also handsomely.
Right.
As earlier I said, कि you take 10 थोड़ी fees में लेके then you make a hash of it. That
नहीं,
is the
that's really
dilemma.
true. You take 10 projects and running here and there, at
They are
least
not
one.
doing justifying the project. You can't do justification.
And later on, it actually backfiring the whole fraternity that ये इनसे अच्छा तो
Obviously,
ठेकेदार से
people listen to ठेकेदार more than they do to you. ओ जी इनका इतना ज्यादा एक्सपीरियंस है ठेकेदार जी, they are better. Getting my point? The people are not realizing it. See, any plan which is made by an architect, you will come to know.
true.
Any building designed. I don't know about it. We have no experience in designing houses, but few of my juniors, we interact with my friend's son was there. He says, Uncle, there's a big issue. When you design a house, there's so many things happening, in the sense the lady of the house goes like this, husband goes to the other direction, son goes into another direction, daughter-in-law goes into another direction. Kata, we are stuck. No decision is made.
That's a complicated situation.
So
Hmm.
that's why the architects go in for public building और जिसमें कोई ज़्यादा involvement नहीं होना चाहिए.
Just
There's
single
so much,
client.
too many cooks spoil the broth.
Right.
That's the issue. So council जो है इसको proactive अगर नहीं होंगे तो I think it's dying its own death.
Okay.
I will call it a inflicted injuries. They have slept over for everything. ठीक है, president बन गए. Another thing is, some people may not like it, but do you know, in the executive body of the Council of Architecture, all the chief architects are the executive members. But they are not going to do practice after they retire. They're going to
Huh.
get their pensions.
Right.
So basically, it was created for practicing
Practicing
architects,
architects. Right.
right? And it has been taken over by the government architects again. That's another very, contradiction, or say, I would say, or some, problem. If
Okay.
you look at the directory of it, all government chief architects are the members. They are also not helping the practicing architects now. That's another issue. That's why I say our fraternity is not very cohesive. You can as it's a defunct organization then. पैसे सबसे ले लेते हैं वो. But you want to go into
Okay.
the field, then the issue starts. You're not
Right.
paid.
Right.
उस पर responsibility भी architects की काफी. It's not that you will get that kind of fee, but there is certain responsibilities also. Another thing is, in council architecture, it states that you should get, I think, I am not, if I may be wrong, I think 70 to 75 to 80% fee on the delivery of your final drawings. Obviously, balance amount is left because during construction you might have to revise something, there may be some changes. Fine,
Right.
that's
Right.
acceptable now.
Right.
But in actual practice, what happens is our fee it gets connected to the construction phases. Why?
True.
Why? कहेंगे दीदी मैंने अब तुम 10 साल if you don't make something for 10 years, I'll be hanging in the air for 10 years.
Right.
No fault of mine. They consider this and supposing your project gets, is put in the cold storage. You will get nothing. वो जो initial payment हुई है वही रह जाएगी आपके पास तो. So, once there was I give you one example. There was one, I think, practice architect from America. He worked with Frank Lloyd Wright. So he said, we asked Frank Lloyd Wright how many projects of the architects are built. He said, the Frank Lloyd Wright said, if your 40% projects which you design are built, you are a successful architect.
He knew
मतलब
this going to happen.
he says the mortality is so much. The
Okay, sir,
mortality is so much.
knowing about COA, I would like you to give a small tip to the coming architects. Like, what should we look forward when we, go for designing and taking care of our fraternity, that respect, that concern for upcoming architects?
That I already told you. You have to, be cohesive. Up fraternity should be strong. Leave aside your egos
Support each other.
and support each other.
That's a nice
The
thing.
people who in the government should support the practicing architects also. And practicing architects should not cut each other's throat also.
Right. So be with each
You
other,
know,
live happily, make a happy
yes.
world.
As I told you, if you want to do justice to the project also, to do a good project without any stresses, then we will charge according to the COA and we'll do 2 projects instead of 7.
Okay.
You will be much more happier. All the young architects will be happier because they
Right.
all there, each and everyone will get a project. ठीक है, it's a creative field. Don't expect कि सारे ही बहुत creative हो. It's a God gift also.
Right.
Creative field में it's not necessary. Okay, in college you are trained to be technically savvy.
Right.
But in creativity though, it's a very individual thing.
It's different with
Not all
different person.
architects
Yeah.
are creative. वो तो degree है ना, there's a different level. But you get paid accordingly. But not at the fees which are being quoted now. I'm sorry to say that.
Perfectly
It's
said,
so
sir.
low, matlab, it's very disturbing. And since the trend has been set, it's getting percolated downwards. That's the issue
Okay.
for the practicing architects. My advice to youngster is कि आप इकट्ठे रहिए, join कीजिए, इसको strong बनाइए अपनी fraternity को. All will be happy. हमारा टाइम तो निकल गया.
नहीं, thank you so
हमारे
much,
टाइम में तो
sir.
वैसे ही
This
प्रोजेक्ट बड़े
is
कम होते थे बेटे.
right. This is really going to be very enlightening for the upcoming architects because being together and not snatching each other's food will actually help us grow.
So I'll give you an example. You heard of this guy? What is his name? Bindra, they promote the guy who speaks on. There is something called inspirational speakers होते हैं ना जो
अच्छा,
inspire करते हैं लोगों को.
motivational talkers जो होते हैं.
Motivational speaker है वो. So he
ठीक है.
gave an example. He said, I called 10 people. I gave them beautiful balloons printed with, written to all the 10 of them. Then I said, person who will be standing at the last after 10 minutes, who will have the balloon will be the winner. So what they started was they started deflating the balloons of each other.
Right.
So nobody was the winner. So there is an learning in this. He said, what? कहता है अगर आप एक दूसरे का वो तोड़ते ही नहीं तो सबके पास होता ना. All of you have been winners.
Very well said.
He said all of you would have been winners.
Yeah.
No, none is winner. Same thing is happening in our profession.
On that note, sir, I would bring this to an end, but it was an
Okay.
amazing talk to talk
Thank
on
you very
this
much. Thank you
particular
very much.
concept, and it's a pleasure having you with us. Thank you so
Thank
much,
you.
sir.
Thank you very much. And I hope some people will get some inspiration
Of course,
from
sir. Of
a,
course.
a small architect, not a very big architect, but some introspection will start.
Definitely it will happen, sir.
Thank
Definitely
you
it's
so
gonna
much.
burst out like amazing thing.
Thank you
Thank you
very
so
much.
much,
Thank
sir.
you.
Thank
Thank you,
you.
Beta. God
Okay.
bless you.
Thank you,
Take
sir.
care.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.